So I want to thank everybody for coming here and welcome all of you. We're here literally for you folks who are just amazing from Pedal the Pacific. Your organization that is dedicated to awareness and raising money for victims of sexual trafficking, it's amazing. And I just want to introduce and tell you who's here to honor you. So you have people from the DA's office. I am Jeff Roselle. I am the District Attorney of Santa Cruz County. We have inspectors here. The Chief Inspector is Katrina Rogers. She's essentially the head of the detectives that we have in our office. We have an Inspector, Matt Persley, from our office in the back. And we also have victim witness assistance folks. Well, what is victim witness assistance? Their job is essentially to help people who have been victims of sexual trafficking and other victims of crime navigate their way through the court system and get services provided to them. And in that capacity, we have Philip Tatum right here. We have Crystal Perez, and we have Jeanette Valencia. And I just want to say on behalf of the DA's office, we are amazed by what you guys do, and we're dedicated to the same thing that you guys are dedicated to. You also have members of Aruka. Well, who's Aruka? Aruka is a group that is dedicated to providing and restoring and rebuilding the lives of people who've been victims of sexual trafficking. And from Aruka, we have Heather Good. Heather is the co-founder, executive director, and lead pastor of Aruka. And we also have L'Oreal Weitzel, who is the co-founder, president, and anti-trafficking ministry director for Aruka. And Sunrise Rotary, from Sunrise Rotary, we have Brent Dutton, who is here. And we have Rob Morris. And these are folks, as you know, who are interested in raising money and doing things for the betterment of communities, and just like you. So I just want to talk a little bit about the roles of each of us, and then I'm going to talk about you. So the role of the DA's office. What is the role of the DA's office? Well, we participate in the investigation of cases, specifically, in this case, sexual trafficking, which is what the investigators that I introduced do. We have attorneys that go to court and prosecute cases, such as myself and many others in the DA's office, whose job it is to try to bring somebody to justice who has committed these horrible and heinous crimes. And we have advocates, who I introduced to you, whose job it is to help people in any way that they can, financially, with resources, during the court process, and after. But we have Aruka, and Aruka's job is to literally restore, renew, and rebuild the lives of people who have had everything taken away from them. And we have Sunrise Rotary. And what does Sunrise Rotary do? They're community-minded. They care about others. And they raise money to help causes, just like yours. So I want to talk a little bit about your organization. It is honestly, absolutely amazing. And we're here to honor you. The story's incredible. Like, you start to think about it. Like, a few college students had the idea and the desire to make a difference. And what a difference you've made. Goal to raise money, goal to raise awareness. And although you guys have made tremendous progress, you push on, you go forward. Now, as we know, folks in this room, sexual trafficking is not something that is obvious like other crimes. It literally hides in the cracks and the crevices of our society. It's pervasive, and it cuts across all communities and all segments of our country. It's very difficult to see if you're unaware. And this is why raising awareness is so important. And what you are doing is raising awareness. It is the first step and a critical step to combating sexual trafficking. You need to be looking for it in order to see it. And unlike other crimes, robbery, murder, assault, this is a very, very different scenario. Because when you rescue somebody who has been sexually trafficked, and even when you're done investigating and prosecuting the case, it's just the beginning. Just the beginning. Because these folks have had all aspects of their lives stripped away from them. Literally taken away in every single aspect that you can think of. They have nothing, yet they need everything. And this is why what you're doing in terms of raising money is so important. To support facilities and places that will help people become whole again, that will help people rebuild their lives. That's what you guys are doing. It's incredible. So, we're here to honor your work. We're here to talk about the fact that you guys are passionate, courageous young women from diverse backgrounds, but you are united in the commitment to put other people first. We know that you have been cold. Anybody not been cold? Wet, hungry, exhausted, risking your life, honestly, in certain situations, and limb, and the safety and comfort of home to ensure the safety and comfort of others. We honor you, and we are so grateful for your commitment to make a difference. The world needs more people like you guys. So, I just want to say, we have certificates of appreciation for you, and we have some little gift bags. There was debate about what to get you. Some people suggested 10-pound personalized dumbbells. I thought, it's probably not it. So, in honor of you, we have certificates. I'm going to do my best to pronounce your names. And there's gift bags over there. They're all the same. And I just would ask that you guys come up here when I call your name. I'll give you your certificate and grab a gift bag. So we want to thank you. We do so much back-end work in our lives. We see tragedy. We see the horrible things that occur in society. And it is touching to see you guys do something like this and make the commitment that you've made. It is mind-blowing and inspirational. And I just want to say thank you.
Brett, thank you so much for your words and giving us the just the venue to be able to celebrate these young women for what they're doing. If we have a few minutes, I'd love for one or two or a few of them to just say a little bit about what they have experienced and why they're doing this. And you guys, we'll keep it brief because, but if you would, I would love to have somebody say something. I don't know, Hannah? Where's Hannah? Would you mind kind of kicking this off?
Yeah, no pressure.
Sure, you're amazing.
Do you know what we call it in my office on it? Voluntold.
So my name is Hannah, and I'm 20 years old. I'm the youngest of the team. And I think as a team, we're really grateful to be here. And this is like one of the highlights of this trip for us because it's really hard, like passing through places and knowing that trafficking is happening everywhere we pass through and feeling like we're kind of leaving no trace, just like passing through with our big blue van. And so to stop and get to have these conversations with people with influence and authority in their communities is really meaningful to us. I think one thing that brings us all together is that trafficking happens everywhere we live. So we're all from different places, but like the uniting factor is that sex trafficking happens in Austin, Texas, in Arkansas, in Missouri, like all of these places, sex trafficking is happening right below our noses. And so to get to come to a place like this, where people are like actively caring, is just very genuine and important to us to see. And so as a team, I think we're all in unison, just very thankful to be here, to get to do this. So.
Thanks, Hannah. Anybody else would like to speak? Don't feel like you need to. I know this is a little bit intimidating.
Yeah.
But you were well fed this morning. Yeah.
I just remember when we were rolling out like on launch day, we were all really emotional. You know, we're saying goodbye to our families and saying goodbye to comfort. And something that really struck me, I was like saying goodbye to my mom and my dad and my boyfriend. I was like, I cannot believe I'm about to do this. And we were all getting really emotional, and I started crying because I cry all the time. And my mom just said to me, like, at least like you girls are having these feelings right now because you have these safe homes to come back to and these people to miss, and you have these supportive spaces waiting for you at the end, these people who are calling to check on you every single night. I know all of our parents are in a group text like, what are the girls doing right now? Like, we have so many people keeping tabs on us and making sure that we're safe. And she was like, a lot of these girls that you're writing for don't have that and are trying to escape a home that isn't safe, and that's why they've ended up in the life. So there's something really beautiful that while we are missing our families and what's safe and comforting to us, we are writing so these girls that we're writing for have that and can eventually have that same level of security. So I think something that really helps us keep writing is knowing that we're not the only people out there. There are people like you who are in district attorney offices, in Capitol buildings and city halls who are also working to make sure that these people have safe spaces to go home to at the end of the day. And whether that looks like getting off the bike or just getting done with class or getting done with your job at the grocery store, like having a safe place where you can go home to, and a group of people who are receptive to caring for you and knowing your needs and wanting to accommodate those is just so motivating. So kind of like what Hannah was saying, knowing that they're like real grown-ups and not just like, I'm like, I still think of us like we're all like 12 years old, so it's crazy that we're not, but so that they're like real big kid adults also caring about this is really, really meaningful. So thank you guys for your work.
Awesome. Thank you.
Anybody else have anything they want to share? Well, you guys, it's amazing. You are an inspiration to all of us. And when you do this work, like we have done for most of our careers, the folks that I introduced, sometimes we get burned out, we get tired, we look at things, and we see the bad side of society. And you guys are inspirational. Not just to the community, but to us. So, thank you. When I call your name, one gift basket. Otherwise, this isn't going to work out for someone. All right, Anna Rhodes.